Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles, along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City.
Mackey Motors post-game show continues here on 93.7 Carroll, and our player of the game, Josie Ayala, joining us here first tonight. Josie, congratulations. Big smile for you. This had to be fun to be back out onto the basketball court with this group of girls. You guys looked like you really enjoyed playing together, and you went out and played so well as a team tonight.
Yeah, just back on the court, realizing like how much I missed the sport, and just being, like you said, with the group of girls, it's just fun, and just doing what you want to do with the right group, it's worth it.
Terry Kaspabar just said as you were getting ready to come on, it's been between 500 and 600 days probably since the last time you played in a varsity game. How much different was it for you tonight?
Oh, definitely. Running up and down the court will get you kind of like wheezing here and there. But yeah, practices I've been getting at it, and scrimmaging, just realizing that I've been a year behind, so I got to push myself even more.
Talk about the start of the game. You girls got up 17-4. What do you think went right for this team early?
Definitely our press. I feel like we're a very quick team, and just like our reflexes are quick, so we can read the pass well. And then when they get flustered, we get more relaxed, so it works better for us. And then our fast break, I think we were scoring a lot on our fast break, which will lead to like our quickness. So I feel like I said, our reactions to things is just our like high point.
Took a year away from the game. How did you still come back and still have that anticipation, that ability to read passing lanes? Because you jumped them quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I do like to steal. So, and just a
you
lot
like to steal basketballs.
Yeah, just basketball. And I always say I read their eyes, and just like knowing the situation. If they're really flustered, they're gonna try and do a skip pass, or they try and like fake us out. But just knowing the situation and how like the score is, and who they put in and who they take out, and just realizing that, I feel like that's very key.
This team shares the basketball extremely well. Very unselfish team. I noticed a lot of extra passes tonight. Is that something that Coach Kock really preaches in practice?
Yes. So we work on help side really like a lot, knowing that if they don't find that first shot, they're going to look for the closest one next to you. So just always on the look, keeping we always say keep the head on the swivel, and just knowing who's behind you, who's right next to you. Talking, communication is huge. And the game of basketball, really, you got to know where you are and where your player is. And just knowing that once you find your player and once you're in that mode, that's where you're sitting, and we're sitting great.
You're a senior.
Yes.
You got a freshman that started for you tonight and started along with you. How did you try to bring Caitlin along? Because she looks like she can play this game pretty good.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
But I'm sure as a freshman there had to be a little jitters. How did you try to help with that?
During the game, I'm like joking around with her. I'm like, oh, why are you so nervous? Like, it's okay. It's just a basketball game. Just knowing that, like, I always think back to my sophomore year playing varsity, and I'm just like, I wish I had someone there to get the jitters out of me, get that all out while they can before the game. And I always say, once you get that first pass, once you get that first shot, then you're more relaxed. But once after all that's done, it's your game.
Big lead for you and the girls at halftime. What'd you try to do in the second half, and what did Coach talk to you about?
Fouls. Just to play clean. We know we're quick, so we can get our feet there, and looking for that better shot. Always that extra pass. So just squaring up, looking at what we have open, and then if you have that time to drive to the hoop, take it. But if you want to be safe with that extra pass, just go for it.
Well, I tell you what, great job out here tonight. Congrats on being our Motor and Player of the Game, and I got to say it's so fun to see you back on a basketball court.
Thank you. It feels good to be back.
I'm glad it does. Josie Ayala joining us here in the postgame. We're going to go ahead and get head coach Katie Kock transferred into the headphones and onto the other mic as well.
No, you just hold it. Oh, I guess I'll put it on her.
It's like and this is all going to be on there. Yeah. Coach Kock, congratulations. 17-4 first quarter. Good start for this ball club. I had a feeling that might be important for this group. You didn't have a lot of experience coming back from last year, so to get off to a quick start tonight had to be a good idea for this club.
That's always the goal. And Webster City actually scored the first bucket.
They did.
But I didn't see any fear in anybody's eyes. We knew our job, and we kept at it. The girls made me proud for sure.
Defense played really hard, but Josie just said it too, and we talked about it a little bit. 10 or 11 fouls, 12 fouls in the first half. You had them in the double bonus, I think, with 4.5 minutes or something like that left in the first half. So had to be happy with the defense, but not happy probably with the fouls in the first half.
Right. There's some things we can work on. I think there's something to be said for active hands and not so much slapping. something we need to work on for sure. But
what'd you say to them at halftime? Because they fixed that in the second half.
well, that's what I said. Basically, let's have active hands and less slapping. They made a good adjustment. But back to the second quarter, we had all 5 starters had 2 fouls apiece.
Yep.
And we went deep into our bench
You
in the
did.
second quarter, and there wasn't a lot of drop off.
Right.
We have girls that are ready to play, and take on whatever role I ask them to, and they do it for each other. They've been working really hard, so tonight was pretty special.
Coach, what really impressed me was the way this team shared the basketball. We saw extra passes, maybe even a couple of times. I thought Cam Shable one time had an open left-handed layup, tried to make the extra pass. So you got to be happy with the way this team is so unselfish, especially early in the season.
Absolutely. That's, if anything, they're too unselfish.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's Cam, shoot that. Ava, shoot that. We don't need that extra pass. But yeah, a lot of them have played together for a lot of years, and it shows.
You wanted to get up tempo. Did you get it as fast tonight as you wanted to?
I think so at times, and it just depends what press we're throwing at them or what half-court defense. We're looking for different things. So tonight was a good opportunity to kind of test some of those defenses.
Shot the free throws well tonight. I think 11 of 16 is what I had you.
Okay.
Is that about where you want? I'm sure you want 16 of 16, but probably not going to get that all the time. That was an area I thought last year at times the team struggled a little bit, was at the free throw line.
Right. I would say we focused on that more this year for sure. And you know what, Jeff, at practice, if they don't make them, they have to run. So that might have something to do with it too.
What are you taking away from tonight that will help this team get better from tonight?
Well, if you watched the game, Caitlin Aiden she did an extraordinary job for like her freshman debut, her very first varsity high school game. I don't know if she's 15 years old, probably, maybe even just 14. She played great, and I think she's someone that can help us, obviously, early on, and someone to watch in the years to come for sure.
Pride scrimmage coming up this weekend. What are you hoping to do in that?
Oh, well, we'll see. I have an idea of what I want to do every game with this team, so I think we're going to stick with our general game plan and see what we can learn from a team like Glenwood. And it's nice to have that scrimmage that's very game-like but doesn't exactly count early on in the season with a team like Glenwood, where we might see them down the road in our district. So I think it'll pay off in the long run for sure.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win here tonight. Appreciate you coming up and joining us. Best of luck Saturday, and then we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. Head coach again, Katie Cook.